Okay, guys, this is Lou. It's Sunday morning, or maybe, no, it's afternoon. Our church starts at 1:30 and we've already been to sacrament meeting. Today is the 21st of July. That reminds me, on the 24th of July, the church has a big old celebration. I just can't remember what it is called. Sometimes I think we just called it Pioneer Day, but what was it for? Anyway, the 24th of July is a major deal to the church. You'd think I'd know what it is, but I've forgotten. They have a parade and everything in Utah, in Salt Lake Valley, or Salt Lake City. Now I'm being recorded again. Anyway, it's hot. I will not be out here long. I just thought, I'm already out here, so I will say hi. I had a blessing, so I feel good about that. It was a nice blessing. The healing of the sick. I hesitate. I was saying yesterday, I think on my video, that I asked for miracles, but I haven't been asking for a miracle, mostly because I forget my situation. Until you get sick and then you realize, hey, you're not well, and I'm not well. But so I asked him for a blessing, and my brother helped. And the blessing was to do with, like I said, the healing of the sick. I told him my situation before they did the blessing and my concerns, what I wanted addressed, So it was good. I did not ask for a miracle though, but I should. I deserve a miracle. But sometimes, you feel like maybe you don't. Maybe you were stupid and didn't think, you didn't do things like you should have. And so I've messed myself up. So anyway, this song is playing in my head. And I have sang it on my channel before. The Golden Plagues. It's a primary children's song. But it's kind of an important one. So I will try to sing it and hope that it comes out right. But realize what they're talking about. It's the Book of Mormon. It's the Book of Mormon, which was translated through the gift and power of God from records that were kept years and years and years ago. Jesus was here 2,000 years ago, somewhat. Hello, Matilda. I'm probably going to forget what I was saying, but Matilda's waving to me. Maybe not just to me, but it seems like it, because there's times when I want her to wave and she don't. Keep going, little girl. She's a beautiful tree. And I'm not going to be seeing her much more. Let's see if she'll wave. Wave at us, Matilda. If you guys, I'll try to stay still. She's waving. Hi, baby. You're a pretty tree. Someone did good when they were growing you. Can you see her waving? Give me a great old wave, honey. Give me a big old wave. You're the sweetest thing. Love you. Wish I could, maybe she can understand me. I've heard of people that can communicate with trees, and the aura of the tree comes down and meets them, and then the aura of the person goes up and meets the tree. Telepathic communication. So everything that has life, these trees have life. Not the houses that we built from the trees, but the trees. And probably the flowers over there. I'm gonna go look at the flowers here in a second. I did go to church today. I haven't been in quite some time. I really, I don't like it when people are sick and they come and get me sick. So I've tried to stay away. And Dad's been at Avalon, and I used to just take him to church. I was there because I was taking him. And I love those people there. I do. I love the members of the church, period. But these people are sweet. And they've done a lot of service for Dad. But anyway, I asked my brother and the bishop about getting a blessing. I had forgotten, Nathan is a card-carrying member of the church. When I say a card, okay, he has a temple recommend. You have to get a temple recommend in order to go to the temple, okay? You have to be interviewed by the stake president. And then I'm not sure if it's your bishop also. It's like two different people. Nevertheless, my brother and one of the members of the bishopric gave me a blessing today. And I feel good about that. I'm over here where the lilies are. The lilies. La 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 la. I started out talking about a song that I sing. I have sang it on my channel. That's going to put out a lot of seeds. Okay, that's the hen. I don't know what the actual name is, but hen and chick or something. Thing in that bucket, barrel. It's growing little things, and that can become a ground cover. It can be interesting. It's not necessarily a beautiful thing, but beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, is it not? So anyway, those lilies over there, there are lilies. You like those? I can't be walking over there, Don't want to invade anybody's place. And then there's some little gladiolas, but they're on their way out. You can see that one's, I don't know. I don't know what would happen if I pulled all those dead buds out, if new ones would grow. Because it does with petunias. They get their little blossoms and they look all pretty and then they dry up and die. Well, if you pull those dead buds out, new ones grow. Beautiful. Yes, I'm not doing well, people. But I intend to be doing better. And I can't believe how hot it is over here. It is so hot. So hot. But I will miss my little stroll in the neighborhood. But you know what? I'm going to be at Nancy's for a little while. I don't know what's going on, where I'm going to go. I got so much I need to do. But the temperature over there is 20 degrees lighter. So much better. And then she's got a trail that's, I think it's by a river. So it's pretty, So I will show you some different scenery. And there's that tree. This house is 2 stories. A tree is another 2 stories at least. Big tree. You know what? I wanted to show you guys. I'll go this way. Hopefully they don't get mad at me for invading their privacy. But see, I talked to you guys about a tree, and the trunk is so big, but you couldn't see it because it was kind of like nighttime. So I'm going to walk around there and see if we can see the tree trunk. Can't really see it from here. No, that's a staircase. Okay. No, my eyesight's not the greatest. But I'm going to go over there and see if I can show you that trunk. It is, it's not as big as a redwood or anything, but that tree is so tall and big, and it spreads out like you would think it would be several trees, but it's one. So I had told you I was going to go over there and look in their backyard at that tree trunk. And then, of course, I forgot. Things get in the way. Life gets in the way. Death gets in the way. Anyway, let's see. I think it's the same tree. The branches just spread out so far. I know. Only someone interested in trees would care about my lollygagging. I want to go in there and show you that trunk. But it is kind of invading someone's space. So you can't really see it. Should knock on their door and say, hey, can I show people your tree? I'm going to kind of go up here. I don't think you can see it. It is fairly big. Okay, this is the deal. I don't think I can make my screen bigger. Let me see. No. So, when you're looking at it on your device, I believe you can make it bigger if you care to. I just don't think you can see it very well. I hope she doesn't mind. Okay, I want to just act like it's okay here. So there's a garbage can in the way, and there's a big old mop or something, big one, tall. But then you can see the tree trunk. It's one big tree trunk, and it's got this branches going all over the place and a big canopy. This is all one tree. And it's simply marvelous, simply marvelous. Okay, so I started out telling you about that song. Once upon a time on my channel, I don't know which video it is, but it was a long time ago, I sang The Golden Plates, okay? Now, that song was a primary children's song. So I'm 70. I figure I was probably singing that, at least 60 years ago. I would have been 10. So I'm not sure. Actually, primary children started. I don't know when they start, because first of all, when you're born and you're a baby, you're not in primary, I don't think. But anyway, here's the song. It's called The Golden Plates. The golden plates lay hidden deep in a mountainside, until God found one faithful in whom he could confide. A record made by Nephi, a godly man of old. And in the Book of Mormon, the story is retold. I believe that's all there is to it, because it's just a simple song for primary children. But it's so beautiful. And it's telling you the truth. The Book of Mormon is translated with the gift of God and with the Urim and Thummim. Some very special instruments for translating languages that you don't know. So with the instruments and with the power of God, with great faith, but he was the anointed one. Joseph Smith translated these golden plates. The language was, I can't remember now. If you get not mine, but if you get the app, it'll tell you right in the front. Nephi says that, I don't know his exact words. I would just be kind of paraphrasing, and I want to check out that car. I really need to talk to them. I need a car so I can zip around. I mean, nothing like being trapped and not being able to go or do anything because you have nothing here. So I do need to go and take care of business. And I want to find out if, if they wouldn't sell that car for pretty cheap. Yes, I have to have everything cheap. But I'll go back to the record. The Book of Mormon, you guys. You really don't know. I mean, some people know, but you don't know what happened, what so many people are involved. Over the years, they kept records. It's a pretty car. They kept records of what was going on, okay? There were sacred records, and there were wars that they have records of. I see you. Aw, I haven't seen you in a long time. I know I'm getting sidetracked. This dog is saying, I want to talk to you. Okay, I've showed you guys the dogs on the roof, okay? Can you see the dog? I'm going to walk across the street and show you, maybe. There's two dogs. They have a way to get up on the roof. And they're nice dogs. And so I'm walking along talking to you guys, and they're saying, hey. So I just see one dog, but I'm going to show you closer. Da, da, dum, dee, dee, da, 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 dum. Ruff, ruff, ruff. I don't know dog language. I guess it would be human language, right? I'm putting you on my TV here. Yes, you cute thing. Look at that tail wag. You want to get down here and just love me, don't you? I need some loving. And I like to look at how the tree needs loving too. You know, Mother Nature is giving them a wind so that they can show me themselves. A tree over there too. I need some wind. Okay, so where was I? Talking about the golden plates and Nephi. He was a godly man of old, and he was taught. He was taught by his father, who was a godly man. And they used the language, I'm trying to remember, I need to read that to you. But he's telling you the language that he has. The learning of, okay? He's got the learning of Egypt and also Israel. And I don't know if they were all different, because the languages were confounded once upon a time. And they really were, because there's more than one record saying it. The Book of Mormon tells you, and the Book of Ether, because the Jaredites were from Ether. Anyway, I'm gonna cry again. Just singing that little primary children's song makes me cry. And that should tell you something. The Book of Mormon is true, guys. It's real. Look at that tree. There's good and bad things in that book. Because that book has made me cry. And I did it on my channel in front of you guys. Because, you know, just because I've studied the Book of Mormon all my life, I haven't known about it. Okay. I know, I was out here, so I decided to take a walk. I know, I'm not going to walk long. Tell Dad I love him. I'll try to get to see him later this week. I just, you know, here I am, fighting cancer, but not, because I forget that I have it. I mean, I'm going and taking those treatments, but I don't like them. And they are affecting me in a bad way. And I mean, I'm not probably getting all the bad, but you never know what it is they're doing to you. They are putting, I have an IV solution that they put in, and it's to enforce my bones. I need to research more. But if you don't do what you're supposed to do, then the IV doesn't work. So that is like, okay. And it's kind of expensive. I think she told me one of those treatments is $3,000 a pop. I told her I can afford that, you know. She said, don't worry. And they worked on getting me grants. So I have grants. But I don't know what's going to happen when I leave. I'm going to go stay with Nancy for a little while. Try to finish my breast stuff. In other words, you know, they took out my breast. And then they took out some more stuff because they took out the cancerous lymph nodes. Okay, that's what the PET scan had showed. So I didn't want to, you know, I thought the PET scan showed me all I need, and it did, depending on, uh-oh, I don't know what's going on, but something is. Okay, they've run into a few different problems with the house. Somebody, a young man that didn't know, he was helping with pain stuff. Anyway, he stepped on the pretty dog. He stepped on one of the sprinklers and broke it. So it's caused a problem. But anyway, they've done a lot of good stuff. Oh, it's too hot to be out here. So it'll be good to get to 20 degrees less. It's just I've been here for a while. I wasn't expecting to leave, and I've got everything set up here. But then again, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a really great thing that I'm being upheaved. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a choice. So far, I have been telling them for a long time, Dad's not doing good. We need to go ahead and take care of business, you know, while he's alive. And that's what we're doing. What I didn't think about me being upheaved. That's the right word. You gotta leave. I have to leave. So that means I need to figure out my treatments, if I'm gonna continue them. And I do need to continue some of it. So hopefully, no matter where you are in the United States, they can find grants. Because I think that's what that is. The thing that is building up my bones, and that's not necessarily the right words. They're saying it reinforce my bones or something like that. It's that's the IV solution. And hopefully pretty soon I won't have to do that very much. They said if you handle it well, but the problem is, like I said, I bought the calcium and the vitamin D, and I take that. So far I'm not consistent as to what time of day I take it. And then you're supposed to drink 64 ounces of fluid. Well, I'm not a drinker. And then what do you do there? I mean, when I was sick, I'm still sick, but when I was really sick, I don't know if those are the right words either. I don't know all the stages of COVID, okay? But I know I had to have had it. Just never tested for it until this last week. Because they're not gonna let me come in and take my treatments if I have signs of COVID. Or if I have, you know, the signs of flu and cold. They don't want anything because everybody going there, their immune system is compromised, just like mine. That tells you these things that they're doing to you are compromising you. Oh, good, I need that wind. I'm gonna fall over. I'm gonna have to go in the house. Wow, look at that tree. I bet Matilda's really blowing out there. Yes, hello. I don't have a name for you. We'll just call you a beautiful tree. I guess I can call you Bella too. There's one of the trees across the street I call Bella. And I had a dog once named Matilda. So I named that tree Matilda. Matilda was a sweet dog. But they all can be. Just because they got a big mouthful of teeth and they can tear you up doesn't mean that they will, you know. Anyway, I'm moving my hair and moving my hand. So where was I? Who knows? You know, sometimes if you're interested in what I'm saying and I forget myself and scatter and stuff, you might find that I make a comment underneath because I've remembered what I forgot. And sometimes it's kind of important. So I was talking about the Book of Mormon and this primary children's song. I'm 70. So, I mean, 60 years or less I was singing that song. Not less, more. You know, I need to go sit down, drink some water. Okay, Nephi was the son of Lehi, and he learned everything from his father. And the records were turned down to him. I think I'm gonna go in the house where it's cooler. But he said that he was, I'm gonna have to just read that to you. But it's of his father's learning, his father's language, and then also of the Egyptians. Okay. And they, like I said, kept records of everything. Now, as time goes on and through the years, they had to, what is it they had to do? You know, there was a lot of records. And so they had to pick and choose what was important because they couldn't keep them all. I mean, they kept them in a mountain. And I'm not talking about the Book of Mormon. I'm talking about other things. But it was, oh, it feels good in here. It feels really good in here. Oh, goodness. Well, they're baking myself. Okay, I'm going to come in the kitchen. So anyway, the point was, abridgments. You know about abridgments. So the Book of Mormon is an abridgment of records. And Nephi does say he's a godly man. There's that color. I wonder if that matches the top. La 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 la. So did I sing the song? I think I might have sang it. It's just a simple primary children's song. And I don't know where everybody is. Caroline? Do you know if Nancy and Teresa went with Nathan? Okay. I didn't know. I thought he went by himself. It's good to see you. Oh, bless you, child. You need a blessing just like me. I need a blessing. Okay, I'm going to take that. I get distracted, okay? So there's a croissant over here, and there's some butter, and I'm going to take it because basically that's my food. Let's see, how can I set you somewhere? Actually, there's a salad here too I should partake of. And I have an avocado in the other room. Supposed to eat avocados, they're good for fighting cancer. Anyway, so where was I? If you have interest in the Book of Mormon, you really should check it out. And even if you don't have interest, you might want to check it out. And what was I going to say? I mean, even if you have curiosity interest, that's where it starts. It's wonderful. So I sang that song to a lady at church. And so it just comes out as it comes out, and I don't know if it's, if I've got it exactly right. A godly man of old. So the records were kept, and they were handed down father to son. And sometimes, there was one, I think Omni was not righteous or not into the church or stuff, but he did keep the record like he was supposed to. I think it's only a few pages long, and then he handed it down to somebody else. But see, that's an important fact too. He still at least did it, right? He took care of it. I'm gonna put that down, and I'm gonna try. Where'd the knife go? I'm gonna try to cut this and put some butter on it. Okay, here's the knife. Oh, man, I went to church. I'm glad I did. I wish I would have gone the other times. I missed a beautiful, wonderful lady at church, and me and her have talked. So I know her testimony, and I know her conversion story, and I just love her. So even if you don't feel like going to church, there's really good things going on there. And I love the church, okay? I guess I'm trying to get that point across. And let your light so shine so other people see it. Tell them what's going on. Don't be hiding your light under a bushel. I know I shouldn't do that. Feels so good in here. Okay, so I'm just gonna partake with you guys watching. I don't care. I know when I chew it doesn't look good because I don't have teeth in my mouth. And it's dark in here, but it'll lighten up in a minute. I want to go see my dad, and I do love him, but I have been so sick. And I don't think that I'm in a good enough position to be going down there and affecting myself that way. You know, got to be smart sometimes. But I do love my papa. But he'll have the other three there. I asked Nathan if he would. I said Skype, but I meant FaceTime, you know. We could FaceTime. I've done that for him, too. I took the phone and had Dad talk to Nathan where he could see him and hear him and all that. And that's important, you know. So, I could find my book. So far, everything's been packed. The very beginnings of the book is important because it tells you what's happening and who Nephi is. And I don't know where my scriptures are right now. Okay, yes, I do. I've been using it on that app. You know, I've told you guys about an app and how it's free and the scriptures will be read to you. And it's not just the Book of Mormon. I mean, the Old Testament, the New Testament, and the Book of Mormon, which is another testament of Jesus Christ. So there's also other scriptures, and then there's other books. And the wonderful thing about it is, if you're not a reader, you can listen to it. There's okay, it's the same app. It's called Gospel Library. Should pop up, and it's free, okay? And then you can cross-reference all these different books because they go together, hand in hand. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is his church, people. And the latter days is because we are in the last days. There's things that's got to happen. And I know there's some people out there trying to make it happen, like they can change the timeline. I don't think that's what God meant, man. You're not supposed to be tampering with stuff. Let things happen as they're supposed to happen. But the Book of Mormon was the very first sign of the last days coming to light, where you can read it. It started, the church was organized in 1830. And so I'm not sure if he'd already if the Book of Mormon was already in print. It probably was. They were spreading it around. When the church was organized, there was only 6 people. I want to take a bite of this, but I know that you'll see it and it'll look bad. I forget, you know, I go around without teeth. And I forget how I look to other people, especially when I try to eat. So I'll forget about that. I got this croissant which falls apart. I've got it full of butter. I didn't heat it up. It's just flaky. I love flaky stuff. I'm into texture. Anyway, I've scattered so much. The Book of Mormon was written on golden plates of different languages. Egyptian, probably Israelites. I really don't know. I'd have to go and read that thing to you, which I'm willing to do, but right now I want to eat my muffin. It's not a muffin. It's a croissant. A few days old, but it's flaky still. So I covered it with butter on the inside. I'm dying to have it. And dying is a bad word. I need to quit saying that, especially in my situation. Who knows? I don't think I'm going to die. I need miracles to happen, and I need to keep the faith. And I need to go take care of business, and I need to make a will and all that good stuff, you know. Because I do have things, and if I don't get them sold and take care of them, then I need to pass it on. But I'd rather sell it and get some money and try to have a good life. I have the possibilities of a wonderful life. But I have to do so much before that happens, and I don't like that. It does make me want to give up. It does make me want to give up. So I shouldn't give up. Never give up. But, you know, I need to get about just living instead of trying to do something that probably I'll never achieve. That's what I'm afraid of. So I'm going to put you down. I'm going to take a bite of this stuff. I'm probably going to make a mess. Mmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I am into texture. I love this texture. I believe that's something I'm going to start making if I ever get to where I can make it, eating in my own place. But you can buy the cans and make your own croissants. And then what they did was they made a spread that you can put inside, which was cream cheese and then shredded cheese. And I don't know what else. Chicken. She boiled the chicken till it fell apart, which is something I would do. And I do have a pressure cooker in Colorado. So if you have a pressure cooker or an Instapot, which is the same thing, you can whip up meals lickety-split. I know I've got that thing where you can't see me very good. I should just shut it down. But I will tell you that I believe, I totally 100% believe in the Book of Mormon. I believe in Joseph Smith. I believe in the power of God. And that's how that book was translated. In the box where he was showed by the angel Moroni, the book was also the Urim and Thummim instruments. I mean, think back to that movie. What's that movie? I can't think of the name. But it had to do with the Constitution, and it had to do with a lot of things, and even remembering his name escapes me. Doggone it. Anyway, he came across an instrument that was like the Urim and Thummim, kind of, sort of. It wasn't stones, but this was a pair of glasses. And then it had different lenses that when you put them together, they could see something on the Constitution. I wonder if somebody was calling me. I don't think they were. So anyway, who was that? It was a really great show. I just can't think of it. And I can see his face. It was a mystery, He was like, his family, I think, was given the task. There were, over the years, well, this isn't the Book of Mormon, okay? This is something different. Over the years, all the riches were kept somewhere. They were hidden. And so he was always looking for the treasure. And he kept finding clues. He kept finding things. He found the ship that was called Charlotte. I think her name was Charlotte. And they found other things and found other things and then found those glasses in the corner of a brick wall, a different location. And I mean, it was just really interesting. But that was how they saw the things that had disappeared on that document. Meaning, what am I trying to say? Written in a certain kind of ink that people can't see, but with those glasses you could see it. So the same thing with the Book of Mormon. There were stones and a breastplate in that box with the Book of Mormon. There was also the sword of Laban. And I've got you down there where you really can't see me. I don't know what to do here, because I want to eat. I want to eat my thing and talk at the same time. So great mysteries are in those scriptures, people. Saved for the last days. And the last days started with Joseph Smith. Well, actually, you could say almost that it started with the colonizing of America, because religion was not free over there. You could not. I mean, you didn't have the option to read your scriptures. The only ones who had that were the preachers. And so it was always their little take on it, you know what I mean? So you're at the mercy of what they believe, and is it true? Is it real? What do you mean? Well, that's what I mean. Is it real? Because you really should be able to read it for yourself. And everybody has power, faith. If you have faith and you ask for the truth, if it's true, if that book is real, if it's true, you'll get a witness, a spiritual witness that will tell you, yes, sir, that's true. I don't think it's going to tell you in those words, but I don't know, it could. But you are entitled to personal revelation, and that's what that's all about. All right, so these records were kept over the years for a great purpose, a great and marvelous purpose, which was to bring the truth to light to the people in the last days. The best, most valiant spirits in the pre-existence were saved for this last days. And there were people that were preordained, anointed for their positions in life. I mean, one could have been George Washington. One could have been Benjamin Franklin. All those who had a lot to do with things and our freedom and the Constitution. It's our freedom to worship the way we want. Okay? That's what America is all about. People tend to forget that because they're all busy in their own heads. Anyway, I've told you before, I love Joseph Smith. I respect Joseph Smith. I don't love him in a way that is sensual. I love and respect him for what he did. He went through hell. I'm not kidding. The gates of hell was after him because of what he was preordained to do, which was to translate the Book of Mormon so that we all could have it. And we read it ourselves. We don't have to depend on someone else telling us. However, we do have that help. We have manuals, Sunday school manuals. We have there's missionary tools, but there's just all kinds of tools. Like I took seminary for 4 years. Well, we had manuals, which taught us things. So that helps you to understand. You don't have to rely just on yourself. But I'm just telling you, if you are seeking, if you are interested and want to know, you can know. You can have that gift. Now, when you become a member of the church, you can have the gift of the Holy Ghost after you're baptized. Your baptism, you go into the waters and you're immersed totally. Every hair, everything, you have to be under the water. You go into the water as an old creature and you come out as a new one. Wash your sins totally away. Don't worry about it. Little sins is just little, but if you got some great big ones, it'd be nice to wash them away. Have to talk to God about it. But the point is, you have the power. I have the power. And I am going to try and share it more. I've been more caught up in this sickness than anything. But you don't want to hide your light under a bushel. You want to share it with the world. And that's what I'm trying to do, really. That's what I was trying to do with my channel. And I want to take a bite. It's not really a bite because I don't have teeth. I know. Where are your teeth? It doesn't work. So good. It really is very good. Okay, so that was really good. I'll say it one more time. It bears repeating. So that was like the topic of the talks today. was shining your light, letting your light shine, don't hide it. You know, every member of missionary, I don't think I heard him say that, but it's the truth. You do not have to be called. It was an interesting fact. He said that we have 90 to 100,000 missionaries out there right now. They only go out for 2 years, okay? So those will be coming off and new ones will be going out. And when they first began, they might have had 20,000 missionaries out there. Maybe not when they first began, but when this guy had first began, in the 80s. I don't know, he even talked about 1994, and that's when my granddaughter was born. Time flies. Time flies. I love my people. And I'm so sorry that I haven't been around them. You know, for years and years and years, I lived out in the middle of nowhere. And I didn't realize the detriment that meant to my relationship with my family. Because it really did. They didn't know me. I've been gone. Now I'm going to be gone again. So I was going to try to find that out. So while I sit here, pull out my iPad. So good. Delicious. All right, I'm going to see if I can find that. Come on. All right. And then I'm going to find the Gospel Library. Where is that? There it is. I'm going to have to put my glasses on. Okay. I didn't know if I was going to find them. There they are. I wanted to read to you that first part of the Book of Mormon, what I was trying to say. That's in the Articles of Faith. That must have been where I read last. I want to go to the Book of Mormon. And then I want to go Introduction and Witnesses. Maybe I should just go to First Nephi, because I think he talks in First Nephi. I hope you can hear me. I'm kind of distracted here. Okay, I'm going to read this to you, okay? It says, the first book of Nephi, his reign and ministry, an account of Lehi and his wife Sariah and his 4 sons being called, beginning at the elder, Laman, Lemuel, Sam, and Nephi. The Lord warns Nephi, the Lord warns Lehi to depart. Okay, that's not what I wanted to say. When Nephi is writing, I want to do that. Okay, that's still not what I was wanting, so I'm going to have to go backwards. I'll tell you, first chapter, Nephi. Nephi begins the record of his people. Lehi sees in vision a pillar of fire and reads from the book of prophecy. He praises God, foretells the coming of the Messiah, and prophesies the destruction of Jerusalem. He is persecuted by the Jews about 600 BC. Okay, he's talking about Lehi right there, which is Nephi's dad. Okay, so I'm going to have to go backwards, because I want to read to you what he said. Okay, Introduction and Witnesses. Let's see about that. Title page of the Book of Mormon. Introduction, Testimony, 3 Witnesses. Brief explanation about the Book of Mormon. I'll just do that. I'll do the title page. Let me see what that says. Well, this is really, really, really small. It just says the Book of Mormon, another testament of Jesus Christ. Published by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Salt Lake City, Utah. First English edition published in Palmyra, New York in 1830. That's what I was saying. You know, the church was organized in 1830, and I was wondering if the book was... All right, so that's the first introduction or title page. Go to the second one. The Book of Mormon, an account written by the hand of Mormon upon plates taken from the plates of Nephi. Wherefore it is an abridgment of the record of the people of Nephi, and also of the Lamanites, written to the Lamanites, who are a remnant of the house of Israel, and also to Jew and Gentile, written by way of commandment, and also by the spirit of prophecy and of revelation, written and sealed up and hid up unto the Lord, that they might not be destroyed, to come forth by the gift and power of God unto the interpretation. That's such a big old word. I don't understand that, but that's got to be what it means. The interpretation thereof, sealed by the hand of Mormon, and hid up unto the Lord, to come forth in due time by the way of Gentile, the interpretation thereof by the gift of God. Oh, I've got to go. An abridgment taken from the book of Ether also. Okay, I've got to go, guys. I'll read the rest of that later, okay? Bye. I got an important call coming.